up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is the Chi Season 3 Episode 3. Alright, I'm not gonna say it was boring. I'm just gonna say that we need some things to start happening, okay? I feel like they're setting us up, but I feel like they do this every season. Like they setting us up the whole entire season for something to happen on the last episode. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was okay. Like it was okay. Okay, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So let's go ahead and get into it. Start off, we're at Nook's house, and he's threatening to kill Kevin at this point. And Kevin is Horde. Shout out to Rocks. He's Horde, and you know he like a soldier. He like, you ain't the first person to hold no gun up to me. My sister, and I ain't leaving without my sister. He was like, boy, I will shoot your ass right here. Okay, and I was like, Kevin, he sound like he might be serious. So maybe you should just leave in the situation. Even Jake, the gangster of the group, was like, nah, partner, we need to go ahead and just move around. So let's just go ahead and go. This time we gonna come back to it. And Papa is like, listen, I'm not just peed on myself. So I think we just need to go ahead and go. So Jake is out first. Then Papa is out, and Kevin finally like, I'm gonna come back though. You know what I'm saying? I might come back though and get my sister. And he get on his bike and he was like, you hard or whatever. I give you that, you whore. Then we see the whole crew out. We see Jada, we see Emmett, we see, who else? It was Jada, it was Emmett, and it was Mama and Dre. They was all handing out flyers and asking people, have they seen Keisha? Have anybody talked to her? And, you know, people are reluctant to say anything. You know, they'll take the flyers sometimes, but everybody claim they haven't seen her. They don't know where she is. And as Mama, I got to find out what Mama, matter of fact, let me find out what Mama's name is right now. We see the whole crew. We see Nina, that's Kevin's mama. I finally found her name. So we see Nina, we see Dre, we see Jada, we see Emmett. They're out passing out flyers, and you know, people are not really receptive to what's going on. And as we see, you know, them passing out the flyers, we see Tracy. She approaches Nina, and she tells her that she's gonna need a plan. Basically, she's telling her, you know, it's not your fault at first, and you know, they going through, I'm her mother, I should protect her. And then she's like, listen, I have a group that I started, and you know, because you're gonna need an army, you're gonna need a plan. Let me help you. And that's how we get into the episode. Then we see Jake and Kevin. They looking like they skipping school to go talk to Jake's brother, Trig. I got his name. Trig, short for Trigger, because he be pulling the trigger, okay? He look like he's some type of hitman because, you know, he be killing people with no remorse. So, anywho, they hop in the car with him, and Jake introduces Kevin to them, and he's like, listen, you know, his sister, we can't find his sister. They run down the whole situation about Keisha, and Trig is reluctant to help, obviously, because that's not his family. And he was like, you know, I don't know. And he going back and forth with Kevin, and he called Kevin a nigga, and Kevin said, don't call me no nigga. And I was like, that's right. You tell him to respect you because you serious. You don't play about your sister, baby. Okay, so he, you know, Kevin kind of, or Trig kind of has a soft spot for them. And, you know, of course, the girlfriend is like, let me see her. And she's like, y'all got the same mama, same daddy. Y'all be surprised it happens in my community a lot. A lot of people don't have the same daddy. So me and my sister have the same daddy. Now I do have another sister and a brother as well, but we all got the same daddy. We don't all have the same mama. But me and my younger sister, we have the same mom and daddy. But you'll be surprised how many people be like, y'all got the same mom and same daddy. So that's like not a common question in our community or whatever. So anywho, Kevin says yes, and you know, basically they agreed to give him 24 hours, and you know, he's gonna see what he can find out about this girl. Then we see Papa getting his swerve on, honey, with Maisha. Let me tell y'all need to call Papa, or y'all need to read Devon Franklin book, because apparently he out here giving the game out for free, okay? He giving out the game for free. So I'm gonna need y'all to go cop that book. Get that book, because whatever he talking about, Papa is applying it, honey. He got Maisha a breakfast sandwich. He came to walk her to school, because in these dangerous times, baby, you never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? He just want to make sure she's safe. You know what I'm saying? So he comes to walk her to school, and I thought that was really cute. I really liked how they have the kids as kind of like a relief. Even though they got some serious issues going with the kids, we do have like a little bit of relief from all the drama that's going on this show. Tiffany and Emmett are planning how they're going to talk to Jada about basically moving in. So we don't know what did happen to the other apartment, but apparently it's of no more, and they need somewhere to live. So, you know, he's telling her that we need to be authentic. We need to wing it because my mama don't like being played that's like her biggest pet peeve. So they get in the house and then we see them explaining, you know, they trying to run game on Jada. They bringing the baby into it. I mean, it was just like a whole mess. And she pulling their card the whole time, like, don't try to bring the baby on me. So she tells them, listen, I'm kind of scared to be here by myself with everything that's been going on. So, you know, y'all can move in for a couple of months. Don't let a couple of months turn into a year. And you're going to have some ground rules. The ground rules is no hollering in the morning and make sure you clean up after yourself or whatever. So they agreed to, you know, have that situation for a little while. We're going to see how long that's going to last. Tracy is over at Nina's and Dre's house. She's trying to get them to come to the meeting to kind of see how those ladies operate. Dre is not really sold on it. You can tell she's kind of skeptical about the whole situation. Tracy is just trying to quell their fears, like, I know you don't know me. You know, Tracy seems to really believe by this cause that she's putting out, and she seems to really want to genuinely help. So she invites them to the meeting to kind of see how the ladies operate. Now we see Ronnie cleaning up the back of a business. I guess he's working for them so they will give him their plastic and their, you know, aluminum. And he's going down to the place to collect his money. And as he's digging out, he does see the flyer of Keisha and he puts it in his pocket. And I'm guessing it was a flyer for the vigil that they was going to have or something like that. And so, anywho, he ends up going to the place and we see Charlene, honey. Charlene still trying to throw him that puss. And I was like, girl, you doing the whole lot. But she was funny as hell when she said, you know, I know, nigga, I know you homeless. I'm just trying to give you some ass and lift your spirit. Ma'am, don't do I hear she said I love to get back to the community. No, ma'am. Do not be out here giving puss to the community. Don't do that. Ma'am, cut it out. Okay? Cut it out. And he said, pity puss, I don't want no pity puss. And she like, pity puss better than no puss. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? You could be getting something. He was like, no, I mean, thank you for the offer, but I'm cool on it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, girl, like I said, what point in life are we at where we're trying to throw it to homeless people? Like, girl, you trying to throw it back for a homeless man? Where y'all gonna do it at? Kevin and Jake are in class, and Kevin is anxious about this whole situation. And, you know, he's asking Jake, has he talked to his brother? And he like, nah, but he gonna come through. You know, he about to get back in he trying to get back in my good graces or whatever. And then the teacher kind of, you know, questions them because they're not paying attention to what's going on. And she asks the girl, well, first of all, he messed up whatever question he was trying to answer. And then the little girl answers the question. This little girl, I'm guessing she cute too. She brown skin, she got a little afro. I'm like, come sis, it could have a little shape to it or a part or something. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, they didn't have enough money for that, you know what I mean? But whatever, it's cute, it looks moisturized. And you know, she gives the right answer, and Jay, he hating, because you know how dumb people always be hating. Like, no tea, no shade, you know, especially when you like smart in class and they not smart in that particular subject, because I'm sure Jake is good at something. He probably just not good at that. But they be hating, so he hating or whatever. So she sees them in the hallway and she's like, listen, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. There's only a few of us at this school, and we gotta be phenomenal. We can't just be excellent. Ain't nobody got time to be dealing with the way y'all acting, and that's gonna reflect back on me whether I like it or not. And Jake seems to be very offended by this, and Kevin was like, I'm in love, because she told him that he was the king, and he didn't stop acting like a peasant. I said, bitch, you better shoot your shot. Do what I'm talking about. Girl, these little girls got more confidence than me, child, because I wish I would walk up to somebody and be like, you're a king. Stop acting like a peasant. I was like, girl, you better do this. You better teach me something, young lady. Jada at work, and she's in there with a client, and the girl sees, or the grandmother is talking about the mama, I don't know who that was, whoever she was talking about the you know, the picture of the girl on the wall, of Keisha on the wall, and the little girl smirks that's in the room. She said they used to date the same dude. So I'm sure the same dude is probably the damn coach, or the track coach or whatever. But anywho, Jada gives her card and tells her, you know, if you see anything, if you hear anything, just please let me know. One of the other nurses walks into the room by accident, and she's like, you know, he's like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. So when she sees him in the teacher's lounge, when she sees him in the lounge, she's like, listen, don't do that no more. That was inappropriate. You know, what if she had clothes on? You need to knock on the door. And he was like, I'm sorry. And she was like, you're sorry, but that still don't excuse your actions. And he was like, listen, what you want me to do, beg? And so then he was like, or maybe I could just take you out for a drink. And she was like, I don't date men I work with. You know what I'm saying? You tried it. And he was like, I'm not asking you today. I just want to get to know you. I mean, we're not friends yet. And my name is Tomas. So I was like, all right, bitch, you better get you some roast con pollo. I ain't mad at you, sis. Do what you got to do, bitch. Get you some flour tortilla, honey. Okay? I ain't mad at you. Get your chimichanga. What? He asked her out for drinks, and she agrees to go with a little smirk on her face. She know what's up. So Trig and his girlfriend, they pull up to the house. They got the guns. They pull the guns on the people. They tell them, listen, we don't want no trouble. We just looking for a specific girl. And they like, go on, look for the girl, child. Go on, look for the girl. So they look all over the house, and they don't see anybody, but homegirl is triggered. I don't know what her name is. I got to find her character name too. But his girlfriend, she's triggered because she done busted several rooms and seen, you know, these girls getting raped. One of them was getting beat with a belt. It was like, it was a lot going on. And so she wanted to help the girls. But, you know, Trig was like, we got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? We came in here to find this girl and she ain't here. Let's get out of here before we cause some more static. So we see Emmett, he's working at Sonny's, and Sonny is kind of talking about Keisha and how the family, you know, is messed up and you got to have faith during these times. And he even says to pack up some food and bring it to her family later. And then Dominique comes in and she tastes the chicken that they have and she orders some food. And then she gives Sonny an unwarranted suggestion. And he like, girl, we good over here. We don't need no damn suggestions from you or whatever. And he tells Emmett, listen, your friend, she doing the most. Okay, like she all right or whatever. I know that's your friend, but you know, you need to keep her out of my kitchen. She was like, yo, chicken is good, but it could be better. I mean, it's just a suggestion. And he tell her she need to stay out of my kitchen. So we already know this is going to be a problem because they be up in the kitchen at night. Do Sonny apparently don't know that they're in the kitchen overnight. He does not know, I don't think. So, anywho, he's going to find out because somebody going to come in there asking for something, or somebody going to come in there saying something about that chicken. Because the chicken tastes different at night, okay, than it do in the daytime. So people going to have a problem with that, and Sonny is going to be pissed, honey. So that's going to be a mess. So Dominique, you know, she get all in his face. I'm not like these other hoes you be dealing with. And like, girl, you can't come in nobody's establishment that's been established for 20-something years. That's like going to Frenchie's in Houston and telling them how to fry their chicken. Everybody don't do the buttermilk for their chicken. I mean, you know, she was right. It would make it more juicier. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do that. Everybody don't do this, all right? You ain't got to do it. You ain't have to be disrespectful like that. Not to Sonny. Don't do him like that. We jump to Keisha's mom and Drainer at the meeting with the ladies, and you know, Tracy is just trying to go over everything and talk about different things that the group does. And one of the mamas has a really big problem with everything because apparently Keisha was taking naked pictures and, you know, putting racy pictures on a Finsta, which is not an Instagram. It's one of these little things that the kids have where they can like sneak and have other accounts where they can share, you know, all kind of racy pictures. So she feels like people are going to judge the group. You know, they're just starting to take the group seriously. And Tracy keeps trying to tell them, well, I have the last word. And she was like, well, everybody's voice counts. And you know, they kind of going back and forth, and Dre and Nina are getting frustrated. Obviously, you know, they feel like they don't really want to help, and Dre, they ultimately get up and leave, even though Tracy tries to tell them, please come to the vigil, you know, we want you to still come. They get up and leave, and Dre is very upset with this whole situation. Then we see Emmett and Dominique at work. The line is backed up because apparently the food is really, really good, but the orders are taking forever to come out. And she's like, listen, if we're going to have food like this and volume like this, you selling whole family meals and shit, I'm gonna need some help. I'm not gonna be able to continue to do this if you don't give me no help. So Emmett's like, we ain't got that in the budget, but Emmett gonna have to make something happen, honey. I don't know what he gonna make happen, but we're gonna see what he pull out his hat this episode, next episode. In the next scene, we see Ronnie. He's getting beaten up by some boys, you know, randos in the street. They beating him up for whatever reason. And he falls down. He just happens to fall down in front of Papa's house or the church or whatever it is. And so Papa's father brings him in. And Papa's like, do you know who that is? That's the man who killed Coogie. And he was like, he's a child of God. He's a child of God. So apparently he's going to help him, you know, kind of heal his, you know, his wounds and stuff like that. Then we see Emmett bringing some food over to Dre's house. And, you know, when she eats the chicken, she like, damn, the chicken is good. And he was like, is it Sunny? No, it's not exactly Sunny. So like I said, that chicken is going to come up because people are going to notice the difference. But anywho, Dre asks him about the Finsta account and does he know anything about any accounts, and he tells her no, but you can tell that he's lying. Okay, I'm like, Dre, why are you lying? The girl been missing for a whole week. Why are these people playing with these lies? And that girl, nobody care about no naked pictures when the girl is missing. So anywho, he lies to her and tells her he doesn't know anything. And so he does go in the room to see Kevin, but Kevin up in there playing with himself. Child, and he walk in on him and he embarrassed, so he turns around and leaves. That was hilarious as well. Jada wakes up the next day to Emmett and Tiffany hollering and screaming and carrying on like fools in the living room because Emmett told her that he was going to bring the baby to daycare, and he changed his mind because he been up all night. He wants to go to sleep. So Jada says, listen, I'll take him. And then Tiffany is mad at her. She says, well, that's why he always messing up, because you always swooping in to help him and, you know, swooping in to save the day. And she's like, well, you know, now you mad at me. And so she kind of makes them apologize to each other and talk it out. And she also says, y'all need to apologize to me. And so, you know, she tells Emmett, listen, I'm gonna let you rock or whatever, but y'all not gonna be waking me up in the morning with this BS all the time. And while we at it, you need to call Dre and them and get your life right and tell them that you know about Keisha and them nasty pictures she was doing. You know the website she was on. You know her passwords. You need to call and give them the information information. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, I saw you looking at them pictures of Keisha. It don't nobody care about no naked pictures. The girl is missing and we don't have time. Something on that account could lead to her life or her death. So he does give her the information, and she brings the information over to Dre and Nina's house. Now, after she leaves, Dre and Nina get into an argument because Nina's kind of going through this self-loathing thing of, you know, I could have protected my daughter. I didn't know this was going on. I raised her better than this. Why would she be doing this? And Dre is more so worried about, let's find out where she is so that we can help her. It doesn't matter what she was doing. I don't care if she had a wee-wee in her mouth. It doesn't matter. We want to, you know, she's still worth it. And so, like I said, Nina is going back and forth, and then she blurts out with the, she's my daughter, she ain't your daughter. So you know that was going to be a problem, child. You already know that was going to make somebody mad. So Dre was like, I knew this was going to happen eventually. And so, you know, she got her, collected her little stuff and left. And like Mama had the t-shirt on, Nina had the t-shirt on, so she's going to the vigil. Oh, and when they was arguing, she asked her, do you think I'm a good mother? And Dre was like, I think you're doing the best you can. I said, ooh, not the best you can. My God. You see Kevin and Jake walking up the trip to kind of, you know, he kind of letting them know what happened. He tells them that she wasn't in there. And, you know, he know these streets, and either Pimp got her or somebody done caught her slipping. She been gone for this whole week. And Jake says, man, listen, she's not dead. I can feel it. And his girlfriend is like, I can feel it too. And so they get in the car and they drive away. But you can tell, you know, they're going to kind of guilt him to continue to look for the girl, or at least keep an ear to the streets to find out what's going on, because Tripp want to get back in good with his brother too. Then we see Ronald. He's getting some flowers and some, you know, food, I guess, from the pastor, and he's sending him on his way. And the pastor's kind of, you know, lulling him back onto the church, back to the Lord, telling him that, you know, he's not in the business of saving people. He's just a tour guide for people who want to save themselves. Because, you know, Ronnie talks about when he used to be a Christian and go to church. So maybe the religion for this season is Christianity. Because you remember it was like Islam was trying to sway him last season. So now, you know, I guess he's going to come back to Jesus for a little while. Who knows what's going to happen. Ronnie has to be on the path to redemption at this point. Like, we cannot see this nigga be homeless for all these seasons, okay? I don't want to see it. Y'all might want to see it, but I don't want to see it. Then we see Ronnie going to visit his grandmother, and his grandmother seems to be afraid of him a little bit. She kind of played it off by being mean, you know, slapping him when he tried to show her the picture of Keisha about she's gone or whatever. He said something, but I didn't catch that line. But, you know, she slaps him with the paper and tells him to go get, you know, her batteries. But when he reaches over her, she kind of like, you know, backs up like she was scared. And when he left the room, the look on her face, like, I didn't get that. Did y'all get scared? I read that she was afraid of him, and he kind of felt that, you know, she was afraid of him a little bit. So, you know, he walks out the room, and you can tell that makes him feel uncomfortable. How that make you feel that the only person that really loved you and cared about you is kind of afraid of you? You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like Ronnie has to get to that rock bottom emotionally, because when he was talking to the pastor was telling him that he has to forgive himself. And so I think his grandmother is scared of him because she knows that he's a murderer. She know he killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? So she's afraid in that aspect. But he has to forgive himself before, you know, he can ask for forgiveness for God. And I think that's why he's so self-deprecating, because he haven't forgiven himself. So we have to see this arc from him. I'm guessing that's what we're going for, you know, this season, or maybe, you know, end game. Now we see Trig and his girlfriend at the house, and the girlfriend expresses that she wants to help those girls because that could have been her. And Trig kind of tells her that they need to focus. You know, they need to get Jake. That's all they came for. Because if they went in there and rescued the girls, who would take care of them? Where would they live? How would they eat? You know, he doesn't know, you know, what they can do to help those girls. All they came there to do is find Jake and take him, and that's it, and let's focus on that. So he gets up and he starts hugging her and kissing her, and, you know, singing a little song, because he is Luke James, right? Why not get a song out of him? And then we get a love montage. We see Papa and Maisha, baby, just skipping home happy. It was kind of out of place, this whole segment, but I was like, okay, I mean, I guess. And we see Jada leaving out of work, and Tomas pull up in the car, you know, to take her out on a friend drink date. I was like, get it, Miss Jada. I ain't mad at you, honey. Do your thing, boo. We also see Ronnie, those flowers that he got from the pastor. He left those flowers on a little truck for Miss Charlene so she could have her little gift when she pull up to the job. I said, oh, that's really nice. I don't know if he really trying to get with her, or he just wants to make her feel good when she don't feel like she had to give her puss to homeless people. I don't know. But, you know, he pull up and he give her some flowers, and he don't even wait for her to take them or whatever. She looking around like, who gave me these flowers from the dollar store? Who gave me me these flowers, baby. This is nice. And he walks away or whatever. So we see that. And then we see Kevin, child, with his head down. His mom is coming in the room and asking him, does he want to go to the vigil? And he tells her no, that he don't want to go. He just ain't feeling it. He don't want to go. So at the vigil, Dre does show up, and she walks up next to Jada, and Jada's like, why you not up there with the mothers? And she was like, because I'm not Keisha's mother. She is Keisha's mother. But eventually Nina calls her up there, and, you know, she goes up there, and she's just giving a speech about her daughter. We also see that Kevin decides to come out, and we also see that Ronnie comes out as well. Now, I thought that Ronnie was going to get chased out the damn crowd because of what he did, but what happened was, you know, Nina gives a speech, and, you know, about her daughter and how we shouldn't judge her. She was just trying to find her way. You know, she wasn't an angel, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the focus. The focus is Ronnie is looking at this guy through the crowd. The guy is a white man, or, you know, a man that appears to be white. I don't know if he's actually white, but he had red beard, red hair, and he had a red hoodie on, and he kind of just looked really out of place in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So he's standing there at the vigil with the candle. He kind of sees Ronnie, and he kind of moves out of the way, and he kind of sees Ronnie again, and Ronnie sees him, and Ronnie starts going through the crowd like he recognizes him. I think Ronnie was drunk that night and he remembers something, but I think this is going to be part of his redemption story, and I think that you know, he's going to have trouble because of his past, going to the police and helping the police and them believing him, and, you know, he's going to have trouble with it or whatever. But I think this is going to redeem him in the eyes of the community if he can help find this girl, because they giving me she locked in the basement tea somewhere. I don't know, but that's the tea they giving me, locked in the trapped in the closet tea. You know what I mean? I don't know. So and that's how the episode goes off. So overall, like I said, it wasn't boring, but, you know, things need to start moving a little bit more on this show. This is how it is every season, though. I'm starting to think maybe that's just the format of the show, that is just a slow roll. You know what I'm saying? It's just a very slow burn. But, you know, at this point, I feel like something should be happening next week. We should be getting some kind of breakthrough. We should be getting some more action. Somebody need to get shot. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like by episode 4, somebody needs to die. So we gonna see what's going on. We didn't see Duda this episode at all. And when is Candy coming into the episodes? I want to see Candy. Okay, I want to see Duda's wife. She gonna play his wife. So, and the part that Candy was going for, y'all, was Dre originally. Now, could you see Candy playing Dre part? I couldn't see that at all. Candy is not masculine enough for me to play that part. But they picked her to play Duda's wife, which is going to be introduced at some point. So, anywho, I want to hear what you thought about this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my video with all your friends. All your friends. And I will holler at y'all next week. Peace.